So on the back page here, we're going to take a look at what we need to find. O is the center of the circle. The radius is 32. So we could write 32 on each of these. Chord AB, which is this part, is 50. And we have to find the area of the shaded segment. So we have to find that sector area, and we have to subtract the triangle area. So for both of these, we need to find this area right here. So we can use law of cosines here. So if we set up, we would have 50 squared equals 32 squared plus 32 squared minus 2 times 32 times 32 times the cosine of O. So we have 2500 equals, we can put these two together, 2048 minus 2048 times the cosine of O, subtract 2048, and let's see, that gives us 452 equals negative 2048 cosine of O. Divide by that negative 2048, and we end up with 113 over 512, and that's negative. And again, it's an angle, so we do the inverse of negative 113 over 512, and we end up with 102.75 degrees. So to find our sector area, and that we're talking about, let me shade that in green. So we're finding this entire area. So it's a fraction of the circle. So we know a circle is pi r squared, and we want a fraction of it, 102.75 out of 360. And we're going to subtract the triangle. And if you guys remember, our triangle formula is 1/2 AB times the cosine of C, times the sine of C. So it's two sides times the included angle. So 1/2 32 times 32 times the sine of 102.75. And let's see, what did I end up with there? I ended up with 418.81 centimeters squared. So these next two are area ones, and again, our area formula is 1/2 two sides times the, I always write cosine, times the sine of our included angle. So our area is 1/2 18 times 12 times the sine of 27. You should get about 49 centimeters squared. So this one, again, we have the two sides in the included angle. So 1/2 5.4 times 7.8 times the sine of 125, and you should get 17.25 centimeters squared. This next one here, in this diagram, let's see, PT is tangent, so that means this makes 90 degrees. You definitely could have forgotten that one. It's been a while since geometry. The circle has a radius of 9, so this is 9 and 9, and OP is 30. So if that whole thing's 30, we know this is 21. Find the area of the shaded region. Well, let's see. This would be the entire triangle area minus the sector area. So if it's a right triangle, we could find this base here. We know 9 squared plus x squared equals 30 squared. So why don't you pause this and solve for x? And you should end up with x equaling 28.62. So our triangle, we could do 1/2 base times height, since we have our base and height. So 1/2 times 9 times 28.62 minus and we need the sector area. So to find that sector area, we need to know what fraction this is. So we have to find this angle right here. We need to find angle O. But it's a right triangle, so I could say that the tangent of O equals 28.62 over 9. So we could do that inverse, and we end up with O being 72.5 degrees. So in our sector area, well, total area would be pi times 9 squared, pi r squared, but we only want 72.5 degrees out of the 360. So this total here would be 77.54 centimeters squared. So number 9, this is going back to right triangle trig, so SOHCAHTOA. So if here's 40, this is opposite and adjacent. So O and A, so that's our tangent. So the tangent of 40 equals x over 80. Multiply times 80. And we have x equals 67.13 meters. And then this one, we have opposite and hypotenuse, so our sine. So the sine of 33 equals 11 over x, multiplied by x. So x times the sine of 33 equals 11. Divide by the sine of 33. And we have x equaling 20.2 meters. And then let's take a look at these last ones. We need to find the equation for the line. So y equals mx plus b. Well, this one's easy because it's 0. But we need to find the slope. Rise over run. Well, we know this is 60, so opposite 60 is the square root of 3 over 2. Adjacent, so this would be 1/2. So square root of 3 over 2 divided by 1/2. We end up with just the square root of 3. So our equation would be the square root of 3x, and we could add the plus 0. Now this last one here, let's see, we need rise over run in our intercept, and we know that this is 4. So we have to find our y value. Well, if this is 30 degrees, this is opposite and adjacent. So the tangent of 30 equals 4 over y times y. And then if we divide by the tangent of 30, let's see, what do we end up with? So y is 6.93. So our slope, y equals rise over run, x, plus our y-intercept, well, that's got to be 6.93.